What's up, it is Charles, and I'm here to do a little bit of a different type of video for you guys. So I just realized that I hate doing wrap-ups and I hate doing TBRs. So sorry if you like those videos, but unfortunately I will not be doing those types of videos anymore on this channel. So I haven't really decided on what I want to do. So please have some patience with me as I kind of figure things out. But for right now, I'm thinking about doing some currently reading videos and maybe doing some videos where I highlight some of my recent favorite reads. And that's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to be talking about my current reads. So it's kind of a bad intro, but I need to set the stage a little bit. But yes, I'm here to share with you some of my current reads. So let's get on to the books. Up first, I have The Shadow Rises by Katie Rosepool. This is a sequel to There Will Come a Darkness, and this is a YA high fantasy. So far, I am loving this. It is perfectly paced, and I'm dying to finish this one up. Then I have By Four Saloon by Olivia Tatir, and this is an adult Arthurian retelling. And this is a pick for the Blade and Bodice Rippers book club, which is run by Amanda from the Naughty Librarian and Liene from Liene's Library. And oh my goodness, I'm about 100 pages into this bad boy, and I want to DNF this one so badly, but I just can't, and I'm just gonna stick through it and push through, but I'm really not enjoying this one so far. Then up next, I have Sister Dear by Hannah Murray McKinnon. This is a woman's fiction thriller, and this was recommended to me by Brad and Brittany from the channel AudioShelf. And so far, I don't really get too much thriller vibes from this book. It reads a little bit more like a contemporary, but I'm still interested and invested in the plot and in the characters. Then I had You Have Me At Ola by Alexis Daria, and this is a Latinx romance between two telenovela co-stars. And this is the book club pick for the Lovely Ladies Book Club, which is run by Ashley from AshHeartsBooks, Avery from AverieLovesBooks, and Jen from Jenn'sBookShelf. And I'm almost done with this one, and I'm loving it so far. I love this book so much. Like, it's really giving me those Jane the Virgin vibes, and I love Jane the Virgin, and I'm just really falling in love with this book. Then I have Her Wicked Proposal by Lauren Smith. This is a historical romance, and is book 3 in the League of Rogue series. And I'm liking this one so far, but I'm having the same problem in this book that I had in book 2. And my problem is that there is a ton of focus on the overarching plot of this series, and the couple's love story takes a bit of a backseat. Up next, I have Swish by E. Davies. This is book 3 in the Riley's Brothers series, and this is a contemporary MM romance. I'm almost done with this, and I'm really liking it. Great mix of steam and humor, and I also love seeing previous characters in this book as well. Next, I have Into the Crooked Place by Alexandra Christo. This is book 1 in a YA fantasy duology, and the easiest way to describe this book is that it is an alternative take on Six of Crows. And so far, I like some of the characters more than others, and as of right now, I think the plot is a little bit lacking, but I'm still holding out hope that things will get better in this book. Then I have Grey Thorn by Crystal Smith. This is a sequel to Bloodleaf. It is a YA fantasy, and I really did enjoy the first book, but so far, I'm not really enjoying this one. I think the story is just fine. And this book has a major case of second book slump. I think that's what it's called. Then I have Wolf Song by TJ Klune, and this is an MM werewolf romance. And The Amazing Samantha from Books with Samantha recommended this book to me, and oh my goodness, this book so far is so good. And this book is super thick, but I'm loving every second of it. It just boggles me how much goes on in this book. Then I have Blood of Zeus by Meredith Wild and Angel Payne, and this is a paranormal romance with a hint of mythology mixed in. Definitely interested to see how this one plays out, and I can't wait to get into the sequel. Then I have The Takeover by T.L. Swan, and this book is quite difficult to summarize. But before we get to the summary, this is book 2 in the Miles High Club series. And this book is a billionaire enemies to lovers single parent romance. Spoiler alert, I am almost done with this book, and I absolutely adore it. Up next, I have Consort by Mary Calms, and this is an MM paranormal romance. And this was one of the books that I chose to read in my try sample video. So definitely go and watch that video and then come back and watch this video, because I don't want to spoil you. Because spoiler alert, I was so right about this book, and it is so good so far. Up next, I have If the Duke Demands by Anna Harrington. This is a historical romance, and this was recommended to me by one of my favorite booktubers, Lisa from Remarkably Lisa. And she promised me that this would be super steamy, but so far it is steamy, but it's not off the charts steamy. But as a whole, I'm really enjoying the plot and the characters as well as the writing, and the slight steaminess is just icing on the cake for me with this book. Up next, I have Lady Sophia's Lover by Lisa Kleypas, and sadly this edition does not have a setback, so I'm sad about that. But this is book 2 in the Bow Street trilogy. And of course, this is a historical romance. And I feel if I say anything bad about Lisa Kleypas, Lacey will end me. But luckily for me, she will not have to end me because I am loving this book so far. This is extremely steamy and the heroine is just bae. Up next, I have Embracing His Sin by A.E. Via. This is an MM cop romance and book 2 in the Nothing Special series. And the audio for this is so good. It is a bit of a slow burn, but it is oh so steamy. Then I have Forsaken by Sloane Kennedy. This is book 4 in the Protector series, and it is an MM darkish romance. And I am almost done with this one and I'm really liking it. It is super angsty, but I'm loving it. Up next, I have Against All Odds by Bella Emmy. And this is another one of the books that I chose to read from my try a sample video. And so far, I'm a little bit put off by the depiction and treatment of cancer in this book. And so far, there isn't too much romance going on with this book. So I'm feeling a little bit shortchanged with this book because I thought it would be a romance, but is reading more like a contemporary women's fiction novel. Then I have Heart of a Billionaire, Sam by J.S. Scott. And this is book 2 in the Billionaire's Obsession series. And this is an insta-love story mixed with a second chance story as well. And so far it is pretty good, but I expect it to be a lot more steamier than it actually is because I know how steamy this author can get. I'm just not seeing that in this book. Then up next, I have Devil by Sylvia Violet. This is an MM Mafia romance, and this is book 3 in the Marchese family trilogy. And oh my goodness, this one is so steamy. But it does feature some questionable situations, but off the bat, this one just like goes for it in the steam department. And I'm really in love with this. So far, it has been such a quick and easy read. I basically devoured most of this book in one day. Next, I have Naked in Death by J.D. Robb, aka Nora Roberts. This is the first book in the In-Depth series, and this one is romantic suspense. And oh my goodness, you guys, this book reads so quickly. I basically read like a half of it in a day, and so far it is extremely fast-paced and the romance is to die for, no pun intended. Then I have White Hot by Lona Andrews, and this is book 2 in the Hidden Legacy series, and I am loving this one so far. My only caveat is that I want a little bit more romance in this book, but I'm not too mad at the authors because the plot is insane and the characters are off the charts. And then finally I have The Rogue Not Taken by Sarah MacLean, and this is book 1 in the Scandals and Scoundrels trilogy, and of course this one is historical romance as well. An unpopular opinion, so far I hate this book. It is extremely poorly paced and the romance is to me really non-existent. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know down in the comment section down below if you have read any of these books or if you plan on picking up any of these books. And like always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll check you guys with a brand new video. Peace.